Okay, linebacker, running back. To Jamel's right, E'lacion Saxton, our quarterback. And then all the way on the end, far right, is freshman wide receiver, athlete Austin Miller. Anyway, thank you for everybody for being here. I want to start off with some thanks for our administration, Ms. Cummings, our new principal. Thank you so much for this opportunity and supporting what we're doing here. Ms. Simon, which is our new superintendent here in Bellflower Unified School District. Thank you so much for being here as well. Just excited about this opportunity for Bellflower. As many people may know, Bellflower is not known for its football program, but that changes, that changed as soon as I was hired here. I tell these guys all the time, we're going to be a big time program from here on out. We're going to do things the right way. We're going to be a first class program. We're going to have first class uniforms. We're going to have a first class media day, first class team pictures, hype videos, everything first class. Because that's just how I do things. That's how I was raised. And that's how I run my own family at home. And that's how I run my football family, first class. And so just talking a little bit about our team this season. We've had some kids transfer in that we're excited about. We're going to impact this program and our school and the school community at a big time level. I think our skill positions can rival just about anybody in Southern California. I would take our quarterback, receiver, wide receiver trio against anyone in Southern California. And that does not exclude any private school around the corner or another private school in Santa Ana. I think our quarterback, E'lacion Saxton, is about as good as you're going to get in the 2027 class here in Southern California. Janell Edmond is a under-recruited running back, but I think he's going to take the high school football scenery by storm this year. He's got a goal of 2,000 yards. And I think Austin Miller, who is my son, we all feel like he's the best freshman football player in the country. Not just here in Bellflower, not just here in the state, but in the country in the 2029 class. And so I got a great group here. We also got a great group outside here, our supporting staff. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my managers who are in attendance here. Thanks so much to them as my support staff. They helped me keep this thing running and going with efficiency. But moving on to our team, we have an emerging offensive line led by senior Trayvon Bible Jr. Feel really good about our supporting cast on defense. Our defensive line led by senior Amir Purry. Our linebacking group led by Amir Neal is active. They're athletic and they're hostile. And then our defensive back group has got some young guys, but they're playmakers. And they've really improved this offseason going against our prolific offense. So we're excited about the season. We think we have what we need to compete for a championship. And matter of fact, we know we have what we need to compete for a championship. And that's what we plan to do here. And that's what we plan to do here from day one. And that's until I'm not wanted here anymore. Okay, we're going to compete for championships and scholarships. That's what I told these guys when they checked into Bellflower, and that will forever be what I'll stand on. So we're excited about what we're going to do this year. Extremely excited for the future, considering our youth program is up and running for year 2. And they got some terrific young prospects in that group that I'm looking forward to bringing to Bellflower and being a part of the Buccaneer tradition. So with that being said, I'm going to leave the stage for the players for any questions you might have for them.
E'lacion, this program used to be double wing. Are you like ecstatic it's not double wing anymore?
Honestly, yes, because I like the offense. We ran offense is great. Got the spread, RPOs, everything's fine. So I like it. I like it more than.
You would have had to been blocking as the quarterback.
Right, yeah.
Is that something you would have liked to do?
No, sir.
Okay.
John W. Davis here, Long Beach Press Telegram. Amir, this question is for you. What was it like being on the team last year that went 0-10, and what is your expectation of the team this year?
Being on the team last year, going 0-10, wasn't so fun at all. Coming to school, having to deal with the comments, being a part of the team, and knowing that we're practicing hard every day to get better and at least win a game, bring it home for the city. My expectation is for this season is to be better than last. Working hard, being on the team, is working with my brothers, defense, offense, we pushing each other, competing every day, telling each other what we need to work on, and just being there for each other when we're not the best. So I expect us to go to the championship and
Now, you're one of the players who was on the team last year, but not too many other guys are. So, I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, the other guys, they don't know what they don't know, but you do. Is that motivation for you as a leader on this team to say, like, even, when this season goes well, it's like, it takes hard work to do that. And, that's just not, I won't say that it's not expected, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like, you've seen what it could be.
Yeah, being like that, seeing that 0-10, I think it made all of us be like, oh, we gotta bring something to the city because Bellflower is not known for football, it's mostly known for other sports. So we try to bring something as a team, bring happiness to the city, and make our school known for football.
I had a question for Janell. Janell, talk to me about this goal of 2,000 yards. That's a really lofty goal, but we've seen it done in high school football.
Yes, sir. I practice, my coaches, my teammates, we put the work in. And I feel like the goals will never well be accomplished, especially my offensive line guys, they've been blocking, looking great. My quarterback, we can always make the right decisions. And even my receivers as a team, we all want to win. So even when I'm running, even in practice, they're out there blocking, making efforts. So I feel like all of us
How do you feel like your experience playing varsity football last year at your other school is going to help you this year? And for you, Saxton, thing about being a quarterback is like you got to be able to get on the field. You got to play. How excited are you to have your chance to be a varsity starting quarterback?
I'm very excited to be the starting quarterback here. Like, I didn't play much last year, but like this year's my year. Like, I'm playing my boys, playing my brothers, so we can go out there and go out there with the championship and even more.
And Austin, as a freshman coming in here, when the program is as low as it's been, 0-10, everybody who's going to be on that next team is going to be a leader. How do you feel like you can be a leader as a freshman?
Really just learning from what my pops has taught me. Being a coach's son, you pick up on the little tips and tricks that he decides to plant into. We have a couple standards here. Number one, keep the family close. The standard never changes, and do what we do. We never change for nobody else. We just stay straight.
Amir, when you're on a team that keeps losing game after game and week after week, some people quit, some people leave, some people give up. What lessons did you learn playing last season on an 0-10 team? Because here you are back.
Being on that team last year just gave me motivation to come back, work 10 times harder than last year. With Coach Keith coming back as coach, he gave me more motivation, like we have a chance. And with him bringing all my brothers that I met in a couple months, and we bonded, and the O-line and the D-line, it's looking like there's no quitting. You can't quit, and you just got to keep pushing through it even when you're losing.
But what was that like when you went home after another defeat? You talked to your parents, you went back to school on Monday morning. What kept you coming back?
Just the determination and love I have for the game. Like growing up playing football, all I loved, that was all I loved. And talking to my mom every night, she was just saying like, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. Trust your coaches, trust God and everything.
Thank you.
I've got a question. You guys talk about a standard here at Bellflower. Like, what is that? What does a standard mean to you? What does the standard mean here at Bellflower? Lacey, let's start with you.
The standard at Bellflower is like you do what you need to do, like as a team. Like everybody do their assignment for us to be successful in our season. Like if one person do their assignment, then that's when there's the next person's assignment. So that's the standard. So just do what you do.
And Mel, I'd like to know about your leadership role on the team, considering this is your senior season, your last go around.
Yes, considering this my sixth season, I make sure that me as well as all my teammates are working hard every practice, in the weight room, in the classroom, because it takes all of those things to be successful.
And Amir, the defense was porous last year, giving up virtually 50 points a game. What's going to be the difference this year between last year's defensive team and this year's defensive team? And for Austin, I think maybe the most important thing for you is dealing with expectations this year, considering who's your dad is, and just kind of the publicity surrounding you coming in as a ninth grader. How are you going to manage those expectations, especially if you get off to a hot start this season?
Expectations have never really bothered me. Being a coach's son, it allows you to have different types of hardships than others may, but it really shapes you as a person, and it's what it's done to me, shaped me as a person.
Right, but what are rides like in the car if you have a good game or a bad game?
There's no difference between a good game and a bad game. I know my pops loves me whether I play good or whether I play not so great.
Well, does he give you anything to eat better if you win than lose?
We might go get some Chipotle.
There has to be some motivation here.
Hey, Amir, I got a question. What do you guys bond? Since you were here last year with nobody else, how are you bonding away from the football field? Are you getting together? You guys?
Oh yeah, remember was definitely getting together. Like me and Lace almost talk every day. Me and Mal and Austin, all of us, the whole team actually, we stay in contact and talk about the little things, bond with each other, talk about what we need to do on the field, and even outside of football, we might hang out sometimes. So that's how we're bonding as a brotherhood, because without a brotherhood, there's no team.
Quick question. Historically, Bellflower has some issues grade-wise, eligibility-wise. Lacey, talk about like what we do here in terms of helping guys keep their grades in check and make sure they have time to complete their academic requirements.
Well, yeah, education first with coach. So if like you need to do an assignment, and coach let you do your assignment, he wouldn't let you leave until you finish your assignment. So education is always first with us after school. Like with no grade, you can't play. So you for sure just need the grade, the GPA, to be eligible to play on the football field.
Mel, talk to him about study hall, please.
Okay, study hall. We study hall every day before practice. You have to get your work in. Coach makes sure every assignment is done, and that's just part of our standard. We have a bar set for us as a team, and that everyone on the team is required to meet that standard.
And Amir, talk to him about grade checks.
Grade checks is like if you do like if you got an F, you got I think 150 yard pushes and then so on for that with the D's. But grade checks is just showing you what you need to work on to do better, because your grade should never fall below A or B.
I got a quick question. Saxton, obviously having a positive culture on the field and your guys' leadership roles on the field, what do you think having a successful winning team on the field, how does that transcend to on the campus? How do you see your roles as leaders, not only on the field but at the high school overall?
If we just since we're leaders on the field, we're gonna be leaders off the field also. Like if we see one of our teammates doing something we probably wouldn't thinking it's right, then we tell them that's not right, bro. You should do this or do that. Like we all are brothers, so at the end of the day, we all gonna stand with each other, no matter what the circumstance is.
Any more questions?
It's good, thank you.
We're good. All right. You guys are up. You guys can go and go to your media pictures. You got your solo here. Give them a big hand. Appreciate you guys. Good job. Okay. Way to go. Nice work. Okay. Good job. No, those are for me. Now go ahead. You can get a juice. Go ahead. Get a juice. Get your juice, man. Good job. Okay. Good job. You guys go get dressed. Take your media pictures. Just really quickly before I let everybody go, thank you so much for coming out. Historically bad season last year, but that's behind us. Last year is no longer. It's all about the 2025, 2026 Bellflower Buccaneers. I tell you, this program has been working really hard since January. In my 20 plus years coaching experience, I've never been as excited about a team as I am now. It is my first head coaching job. I've normally coaching underneath my brother, who's the head coach at Lusinger High School. But if you ask anybody who's ever coached with us, against us, or what have you that know, they'll let you know that I was an integral part of everything we did for the last 20 years. And now I've got my own program, and I'm going to put my stamp on this program. And I don't believe in nothing but working hard, doing things the right way, and treating people the right way. That's what I believe in. That's what my kids are going to do. And we're going to compete our tails off to bring a championship, not just a CIF championship, but a state championship here at Bellflower, right? And I won't stop pushing until that happens. So our foot's on the gas, and we're going to get after some people. All right, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
When you playing your brother?
When are we playing my brother? If I had a dime every time somebody asked me that question this offseason, right, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be somewhere in somebody's casino. But listen, we played, as you know, Eric, we played in a 7-on-7 scrimmage in the summer. And I would say that it got much more heated than it needed to. And talking to my wife about it, talking to friends about it, sibling rivalry came into effect there. And it became me versus my brother instead of kind of Bellflower versus Lucinger. And that was totally my fault. I'm the younger brother. I've always kind of got after him, and nothing changed in that instance. But somebody asked me and Jason that a few months ago, and Jason responded, he said, in the championship. We'll play each other in the championship. And, hopefully that happens, because if we're in the championship where Lusinger is, they're probably going to be in a pretty high division, and that's what we aspire to be. And listen, we're willing to compete. Anybody, anytime, any place. I'm going to get the kids here that want to compete and that can compete, and they're going to work to compete their tails off versus any high school in the country. And that's a process, but we're looking to take on any and all comers.
I just got one more for you. I know when you first got here with Coach Jason, discipline was really important. That was one thing that you guys were going to bring to this program. Sure. I'm assuming that you're going to have that be a central part of your program as well. How do you feel like that helps change the culture from losing to winning here?
Yeah, I think discipline is culture. It falls under the umbrella of culture. I think discipline is what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. And I think that's what culture is. And so I would say we're not an authoritarian group. Our discipline is democratic. It is constructed and designed through our players. We agree upon what our consequences, positive or negative, and what they look like for our entire group, and coaches included. And so discipline hasn't been much of an issue, maybe early on when I first got the job, but our coach has been really good, really strong. Guys have totally bought in. Guys are looking forward to showcasing what we can do and how hard that we work.
Coach, how are you bonding with your players? How are you coming together with them? As they're getting together, hanging out, doing their thing,
Yeah.
how are you getting them so they're respecting you? Where's the bond coming?
Yeah, I think respect is earned by what you do as a coach. I'm somebody who puts on his hard hat and grabs his lunch pail every day, and I go to work. And I think showing up every day, being consistent, doing things the right way all the time, I think that earns people's respect. And I think I've earned my team's respect. But in terms of how we bond, I mean, I was a ball player once. And so I kind of know what they think, how they feel. We do a lot of joking around on our downtime. I talk to them a lot about things that are off the field because I want them to know I care about them as people, not just as players. And so we actually have a team party that I'm throwing for our players. And I'm part of the girls' flag staff as well. So they'll be there as well, which my daughter plays girls' flag here at Bellflower. And we're having a team party to celebrate the beginning of a new season. Barbecue, water slides. It's my son Skylar's 10-year-old birthday that weekend as well. And so we're celebrating all those things. And I think that's how you build bonds with players. You bring them into your home, you bring them to your family, and you create a phenomenon to where they don't ever want to let you down because of what you've shown them, what you've given to them, right, and what you've taught them. We good? All right, thanks so much, guys.